This is the dawn of a new era in British karting. Over 550 drivers in 12 classes competing for victory over 18 race weekends. This is the Motorsport UK British Kart Championships. For the first time in the British Kart Championships, we visit Forest Edge Kart Club for the Rotax season finale. In the fight between Archie Kitching and Harley Horton for the Minimax title, it could be decided as early as the first final. But Horton will never give up on his quest for the title.
So we've been consistent all season, not been at the top 5 in a final yet, but I've not managed to get my first win. So it's my first year in Minimax, so doing well. Well, it's been tough. It's a lot different to cadets. So we've just been, learning all year, getting there. Been surprisingly quick at the start of the year and just been carrying that through the whole season. I'm currently second, but I'm about 20 points off first, so really just looking to cement our position this weekend. The racing is very close, so any advantage is really good. So starting pole will help us get away, hopefully.
Big drama heading into this final as Archie Kitching, the O-plate, is missing from the front row of the grid. Now this is all going to come down to whether Harley Horton, who is going to be alone on the front row of the grid, is going to fight his way further forward. But for the rest of the grid, it's Gornall, Voisin, Reynolds and Russell, then Tristan Rennie and Juan Waniki, Ryan Willis and Logan Parker. Jake Sanson with you for the last race of the year in British Minimax. Here we go! Gornall's going to try and make the move to Harley Horton to the first corner. They're both going to eat each other out into that first apex, and it is going to be Horton who holds the lead from Gornall. So they make their way through. Some good tussles in the early doors. A couple of drivers trying to make an overtaking bid. Sam Gornall going into the lead in 2 winges, and he makes the move on the inside line. Watch out for Callum Boyson. He's now going to try and get through on Horton, and here comes Declan Russell. He's going to get through into the bus stop. Brilliant racing, but for Horton, he's down to 4th position. But from his point of view, Archie Kitching is off to the sidelines doing nothing. Devastating for Archie Kitching, but the race continues on without him. Sam Gornall is your leader, Callum Boyson in 2nd, Declan Russell in 3rd position, Harley Horton in 4th. So now, I guess it all comes down to whether or not is that Archie Kitching just being conservative and allowing the race to carry on without him, maybe. Potentially, he's obviously decided that discretion the better part of valour. Maybe he's done enough, so he just wants to sit out and let it all play out around him. So Archie Kitching does not start the race, nor does Lewis Hodgin, by the way. But the race up front is an interesting battle. Sam Gornall from Callum Boyson, Declan Russell and Harley Horton from Harry Reynolds and Ryan Willis, then Jed Murphy and Juan Waniki, Tristan Rennie and Logan Parker, then Bailey Arneson, Sutherland, Davies, Evans, Smith and Baldry. If it finishes like this, Gornall is going to be 3rd to Harley Horton, so he could really use Horton having a few more problems. Horton is down in 5th at the present moment, and that is going to put Horton just 1 point ahead of Sam Gornall on drop scores. But Sam Gornall really wants to win this race. That's his best chance of taking 2nd in the championship standings. But Archie Kitching has, for the moment at least, sealed the victory up front, hence why he has chosen not to start the race. Reports coming through that as far as the drop scores are concerned, he has now done enough. So apologies for me getting a little bit overexcited there, but clearly that was a safety strategy from Archie Kitching, an insurance policy rather than a problem. So here is the leader, Sam Gornall in front of Callum Boyson, Russell, Reynolds, Horton, Willis, Murphy, Rennie and Parker. So the battle rages up front, and it's going to be a really exciting battle to the death for Sam Gornall. He wants to take on and beat Harley Horton, who could really use a bit of a break here. He's got the number 77 in front of him now. That is Harry Reynolds. And the 20 of Harley Horton will be wanting very much so to make an impression on this one, to cement 2nd place in the driver standings. That's the real fight we're watching now. Sam Gornall moves in the lead, as into the lead goes Callum Boyson. Callum Boyson leads him, but here comes Gornall back up the inside to retake the lead, and they both drift out wide. Reynolds has got through past Russell, and now he's coming in. Ryan Willis trying to move up the order, and he taps the back of the 20 of Harley Horton, and now he's going to lose the place as up the inside comes the 69 of Jed Murphy. Jed Murphy through into 6th position then. So some exciting battles all the way through this weekend, but Sam Gornall and Callum Boyson start their tussle as they race for position. And now Gornall desperately trying to protect in front of Callum Boyson. Into the bus stop, and Gornall is still there. Boyson in second, third is Reynolds, fourth is Russell. It was Russell, my apologies, now it is no more because Horton has got himself back into fourth position. In fact, as they come through, I wouldn't be surprised if that was him in third now. It's not quite, he is in fourth place still behind Reynolds. So it's 1, 2, 3 and 4. Gornall, Boyson, Reynolds and Horton. Fifth position is Declan Russell. And then it's Murphy from Willis, Parker, Rennie, Bailey Arneson and Waniki. So they drop down towards Winges, and so far it is still a lead of the race for the 8 of Sam Gornall. He has fought back beautifully in these last couple of races of the season. To be leading at this critical stage is a very important place to be, as Harley Horton makes the move on Harry Reynolds, and that gets him into third place. So that's definitely going to help out his bid to be second in the driver's standings, as there's an off further back in the pack. That is Luke Evans going off the road there. He rejoins, but that's definitely cost him some time. Meanwhile, the leaders are still scrapping. Gornall and Boyson. Harley Horton into third place, and he's left Reynolds in the clutches of the drivers behind, as Murphy now goes to the inside of Russell. Declan Russell is going to try and hold him off, but a nice move from Jed Murphy. He gets it stopped. Meanwhile, up front, Callum Boyson. War is about to break out between these two if we're not careful. And the battle is going to be a tight one, as into the pits to retire, sadly, comes Jacob Baldry. So he is now out of the race, I'm afraid. Mechanical problems for the Aztec driver as he brings it into the pits. So a great battle further around the circuit. This is a really exciting battle between these two drivers. Sam Gornall leading from Callum Boyson. Harley Horton currently second in the standings and set to stay there if he stays where he is in third position on the road. Jed Murphy is in fourth place. Best of the rest, incidentally, behind the three Coles drivers is going to be the Scotsman Tristan Rennie, who is trying to get himself back into contention after a tricky race this time. He's currently in front of the 71 of Juan Waniki, who had a great final one. But now it's a bit of a tricky one for the leaders up front as they are tightening in once again. Sam Gornall still in front of Callum Boyson. Harley Horton in third position. Archie Kitching just set to clinch the title with a quiet run on the sidelines as he watches the race battle play out. But it's Gornall in front of Boyson and Horton up in the front end of the field. So they storm through the first corner. And let's see how the battle rages in progress. A great run so far. Out of the fourth corner and down the stretch to Winges. This is going to be a tough one to hold on to for second place in the standings, and the victory here, of course, very much up for grabs, as Sam Gornall wants to remain in front of Callum Boyson and Harley Horton. All three drivers want to bow out of the season at least with a victory, so it's going to be tight. The title fight may be over with Archie Kitching set to be champion as long as this race continues on as it is. But Gornall, Boyson and Horton continue their assault on the last race of the season. And a mistake there from Gornall. Here comes Boyson up the inside, and Horton's going to get through as well. Oh, they have a big problem. It looks like Horton has come together with Gornall. Horton and Gornall come together, and Gornall is out of the race by the look of it. He points his finger at Horton. Horton waves his fist. Wow. Drama aplenty as the two Coles Racing drivers tangle in the second corner. And Sam Gornall is absolutely livid. Wow, their season ends dramatically. Looks to me as though Harley Horton has continued, but Callum Boyson is now your race leader, and he's on his own in front of Harry Reynolds and Jed Murphy. It's going to be a really exciting battle for the end of the season now between these two as the season progresses and continues on. But the two drivers fighting for second in the standings have come together, and that means, of course, with Gornall out of the race, that Tristan Rennie is going to be third in the driver's standings. So it's a very tough end of the season for Sam Gornall. And continuing on his way down to the back of the field is Harley Horton. Oh, and a bit of an off there further back. That's Tristan Rennie now going wheel to wheel with Lincoln Bailey Arneson. Bailey Arneson going to try and get up the inside and has made the place. Whilst in front of them, that is Alfie Davies getting in front of Juan Waniki. And now Lincoln Bailey Arneson is going to try and make the move on the inside of Juan Waniki himself as he goes through side by side. Tristan Rennie's going to try and assist them to bang wheels. Rennie trying to cut through on the inside line of both men. He certainly got past one. That's Lincoln Bailey-Arneson dealt with. Now Juan Waniki will be next up. So some great racing. Meanwhile, for second place, it's Jed Murphy, who's now into second place past Reynolds. Willis is fourth. Russell is fifth, and in sixth position, that's going to be Logan Parker, who has benefited big time from the clash between Horton and Gornall. Horton is still circulating, by the way. He's in 14th and last, but he's trying to make up some points if he can. So it's going to be a really exciting battle. Plus, there is that fight between Rennie and Williams, who are dead level for fourth in the standings now. Rennie losing a place actually costs him dear, so Rennie needs to get back on terms with the man in front of him, and he has done so. He's now dead level with Gornall, but Rennie could do with one more place. If he gets past Juan Waniki, he's going to seal third in the driver's standings here. And there's a great tussle for second place as Jed Murphy has to shake off the assault of Declan Russell. Meanwhile, up to second again comes Reynolds, and then in third now is Ryan Willis. But this is a tough race for Rennie. He now needs to get close to and then past Juan Waniki to secure third place in the driver's standings. So it looks as though the first two places are decided. As up the inside, that's a big lunge for the 61, further back in the cut. Horton now trying to come down the outside of Finn Smith, but he doesn't make the move. He's not able to get there. So a really exciting battle for the competitors out there. Still battling away. But it's the race lead of dreams for Callum Voisin. He leads by about 2.1 seconds at the moment to Reynolds in second. Willis, Murphy, Russell and Parker in the mix behind. Seventh place is currently Alfie Davies. Then it's Waniki and Rennie. Rennie in ninth position should secure third on countback. He and Sam Gornall will be dead level on points, but it's going to be Rennie who gets third in the standings on countback, unless Rennie loses another position. If Rennie loses one more place, then Sam Gornall is going to get third in the standings, whatever happens. So Tristan Rennie is right in behind Juan Waniki. He's trying to close up. And there's a great tussle going on up the order as Logan Parker has got his way over to fourth place. He's got past both Russell and Murphy. So now he's into fourth position. So Logan Parker is not done. He wants to finish his season on the podium. And it would still be an old Coles Racing podium if he can get past the man in front. That's Ryan Willis in third position. 4 minutes left of the Minimax season and of this final. So Ryan Willis trying to get through on the inside of Harry Reynolds. A really exciting duel between these two drivers. Continuing in close opposition here at Forest Edge, but Ryan Willis is holding on in front of Logan Parker for the moment. Meanwhile, Tristan Rennie might be in trouble here. Sam Gornall must be praying that Lincoln Bailey-Arneson can get past Tristan Rennie, and he is catching him, because if he gets through, then Gornall will be third in the driver's standings. If they tie for points, third goes to Rennie. But if Rennie loses one more place, then it's going to be Lincoln Bailey-Arneson who robs him of third in the standings, and Sam Gornall who will clinch that position. So the E-plate continues on his way out front. Callum Voisin still having a great run, looking to finish the season sixth in the standings after a topsy-turvy year. But Reynolds is now hanging on in front of Willis, Parker, Russell and Jed Murphy. And in the fight for seventh place, it's Alfie Davies in front of the 71 of Juan Waniki, with Tristan Rennie in ninth and Lincoln Bailey-Arneson in 10th. So Rennie is in danger of losing third in the driver's standings here. They've got to be very careful towards the end of the race. Here goes Willis, battling away for second place up on the inside of... that is on the inside of Reynolds, and it looks like Parker's got through as well. Can he get to second? Not quite yet. And down to fifth goes Harry Reynolds, as through to fourth place goes the 44 Declan Russell. Well, it really is a race of attrition at the end of the season, but Callum Voisin is having an absolute rout up front. Second place now for Willis, third is Logan Parker, and then it is Russell in front of Reynolds and Jed Murphy. Then it is Juan Waniki in front of Alfie Davies, so he's got through. So that's a problem for Rennie. He's going to try and close up on these two, but he's losing pace to Lincoln Bailey-Arneson. So this is going to be a nail-biter to the finish, and Sam Gornall will be watching on the sidelines with his head bowed in prayer in the hope that Lincoln Bailey-Arneson can take on Tristan Rennie, and he's got there, he's through. Lincoln Bailey Arneson has got through into 9th position. Rennie's got to make up another place here. And looking at the top scores on the Virtual Championship board, Gornall is back into 3rd in the standings here in front of Tristan Rennie. So Rennie has got to get back past Lincoln Bailey Arneson, or at least make up places. And now Harley Horton is going to make his job even harder. If Horton gets past Rennie, despite the contact with Gornall earlier on, he's actually going to help his teammate get back into 3rd in the driver standings. Because if Rennie loses another place, then it really is game over. Callum Boyson up in front. 3rd place is now Russell. He's got through on the 95 of Logan Parker. Parker's going to have some pressure from his teammate now, Harry Reynolds, as Juan Waniki gets back through on Davies. A bit of a struggle for these guys as they battle for position. Some terrific racing up front for 2nd though. Willis, Russell, Parker, Reynolds and Murphy. And then for 7th place, a great battle. 71 is in there. That is still Juan Waniki in front of Alfie Davies. Then it is Lincoln Bailey Arneson and Tristan Rennie. If the race finishes like this, no, Horton has got past Rennie. Horton has got past Rennie. So that means that Sam Gornall is set to finish 3rd in the driver standings, not 4th. And Tristan Rennie is going to end up in P4 in the driver standings. It's been an admirable effort in his first year as a Minimax driver. Obviously, having made the step up midway through last season, this is his first full-time campaign, and he's had a great run all year. Meanwhile, Davies is trying to battle his way back past Juan Waniki. And Lincoln Bailey Arneson and Harley Horton have caught up. Horton has got past Bailey Arneson, but now he's trying to close up on Waniki and Davies, who are having a sensational scrap. But 2nd place is not done yet either. Ryan Willis holds it for the moment in front of Russell. But then we've got Parker and Reynolds battling away. There's defence to the inside line as into the last lap goes Callum Boyson. It looks like it's going to be a dominant victory to finish his season. 2nd place is Willis, 3rd is Russell, and then it's Parker, Reynolds and Murphy. Murphy's going to attack to the inside line here of Reynolds, and he's going to get through into 5th position. Nice move. Meanwhile, for 7th, Alfie Davies has spun off into turn 2. Alfie Davies spins in turn 2. So a big moment there for Alfie Davies. That drops him down the order. Now what does that do to the points for Rennie? Because he will have gained a place from that, but only up to 11th, I think. It's not going to be enough for him to clinch 3rd in the driver standings. So Callum Boyson will go into the final 2 corners here at Forest Edge, and he ends his season at the top. Callum Boyson wins here at Forest Edge, and he ends the season as the winner. Ryan Willis in 2nd and Declan Russell in 3rd. What a podium in Minimax to finish off the season. Logan Parker is 4th in front of Jed Murphy, and then it is Harry Reynolds, Juan Waniki and Harley Horton who finishes off in 8th place in front of Lincoln Bailey Arneson, and Tristan Rennie comes home for 10th, and that puts him just 1 point behind Sam Gornall in the driver standings. What an exciting end to the season it has been for Minimax, and it's a new champion in Archie Kitching. The season ends for Callum Boyson on the top step of the podium.
So Callum Boyson heads home Ryan Willis and Logan Parker for a fabulous podium to end the year, whilst Archie Kitching can finally clinch the British Minimax Championship.
Start, I got up into 2nd position, and then I pushed my teammate for half of the race, and then I made the move with about 8 minutes to go.
So we had a very hard battle from 19th till get all the way up to 2nd, which was a very hard weekend for us. But we got through it and we tried our hardest, and it comes out with a positive in 2nd place.
Caught them up and tried to make way through there, but we had some great battles to the end, and I just managed to get 3rd.